Ahojte všetci, hello everyone. Today we are broadcasting in Slovak language and we are broadcasting from new platform from my business page called Love the Life You Live or um, Love Your Life, because that's what I believe is so important. I do believe that we are here for a short period of time, and it is very important what we make out of every moment we are here. And so today again we are going to, like every Wednesday, talk about things that matter. And today the subject we chose to talk about is a confidence, and how to have more confidence in areas that you care about, in areas that you really feel they are important. Before we start, I just want to mention that Martina is not joining me today because she is going for her lovely holidays. So I will be with you alone all the way. I am firmly, fingers crossed, hoping that you will be able to find me on this platform, because I was trying to let you know as much as I could that I'm broadcasting here. Hopefully soon you will find me on here as well. So today is going to be just me and you guys, and what I want to share about is a confidence today. Before I go ahead, like every week, I will just briefly introduce myself and why I'm doing what I'm doing. My name is Lucia Hoxa, and I am a lifestyle coach and a yoga teacher supporting women all over the world to live the life they love. I genuinely love what I do. I don't treat it as a job. It's my passion, is my purpose in life, and is what I believe is the best way how I can spend my time on this planet Earth while I'm here in this physical form on this planet. So I'm feeling extremely fortunate I can be here with you, and hopefully even within this next 45 minutes bring you something unique, something special, something that at least will make you feel like this is quite interesting, this is good to nice to listen to, and maybe even something that will kind of be a little bit of light bulb and make you think, or make you look at things maybe from a different angle. What I want to say is that broadcastings that we do on the subjects that we are talking about, I also write a newsletters on them, or articles about them, that I'm then sending as a newsletter. So please, if you want to get this kind of newsletter, and if you find it, it would be nice to have it on kind of regular basis, send me a little message, my personal message with your email address, and I will make sure that it will get to you. So yeah, let's start with confidence. And I would love you to be interactive. I know we are on a new platform, so it might be a little bit more challenging to get hold of you guys. But let's give it a go and see what happened. In terms of confidence, we can think about the confidence from many different angles. I believe the word confidence means different things to different people. I know that in my life, in the past, confidence was something like, those people who looked confident and who carried themselves in a certain way, and who, those people who looked really busy with their suitcases, or wore, create like really expensive clothes, or those being the people who I in the past thought they are, those people must be confident, they are like the ones who are successful, they have everything sorted in life, and that's what I want to be when I grow up. Later on in my life, I actually recognize that that might not necessarily be the true confidence, as I came across a lot of these people in my corporate environment, and some of them I was even, you know, coaching myself, and I realized that those people actually underneath, they have a lot of issues that they don't portray on the outside, but on the inside they are really actually lacking on confidence. And so, you know, I was thinking, wow, you know, this is interesting. The life, the grass maybe is not that much greener on the other side. So I started really, you know, thinking and observing and kind of exploring for myself firstly, like, what is the real confidence, what it means to be really confident in life, and, you know, how does truly, like, genuinely, authentically confident person behaves. And as I was exploring and observing and, you know, noticing other people and, you know, exploring for myself, noticing myself, then I started realizing that, oh wow, you know, maybe what I am feeling inspired by confidence looks very, very different. And now confidence to me is something that I believe that comes from inside you, from within you. It is something that is not so much like on the outside, like rah rah rah, I'm like very this and very that. Like, we don't need to shout about our confidence. It is something that is much more like settled, much more like internal, something that more people feel from you rather than you need to talk about it. So we are going to talk today about 7 ways how to be more confident. And before we go even there and any further, I want to mention that you know, there is different levels of confidence, of course. You know, some people can think of some people being confident, and those people don't feel like it's, you know, it's enough of a confidence, like they need another level of confidence to be able to achieve what they really want to achieve. And also there are different areas of confidence, so we can feel very confident in one area, like for example, yeah, I don't know, you know, at work we can be very confident. I've got a lot of clients who are very confident at work environment because they know what they are doing, they've been doing job for a very long time, but for example, like on a date, they don't feel that confident, you know, meeting new people or interacting with someone who is a male and who is a new person to them. So there is a confidence, and there are different levels and there are different areas where we can be confident. So for the beginning, I would like you to maybe take a little moment and explore just for yourself, and you can share with us, where do you feel you could do with raising your confidence? Which area would that be? Would that be at your work? Would that be at home? Would that be with, you know, your children maybe? You know, would that be in situations where you are out of comfort zone, like trying something new? Or even confidence in your decisions that you are going to give it a go and try something new? Would that be that you would like to be confident in making decisions? I know a lot of my clients come and they say, you know, Lucia, I don't know, I've been like thinking about it for such a long time, and I'm like going around and around in a circles, and I cannot make a decision, you know, choice for myself. So would that be something that would be useful for you to know and to be certain? Well, we can never be certain, but to have a confidence behind your decision making, knowing and trusting that whatever will happen next, you know, it will be okay. Would you like to have a confidence in the way your life is going? You know, would you like to be confident that your future is good and you will always be looked after financially? You know, what kind of confidence is your calling, where you would like to make a progress and feel more freedom around that area? Okay, so let's now talk about more specifically about 7 ways how we can raise the levels of confidence. So let me just have a little sip of water, because I will be talking a lot today, because it seems like I guys need to show you how to get on this platform, because it doesn't seem like many people are joining us as yet. I believe that you are looking for me on my personal profile. Never mind, I'll catch up with you later. I'm sure a lot of you will be watching me from the replay anyway tonight, so welcome, even if you are not watching us live. So number 1 tip we have for you, and now like think about confidence that you chose just a moment ago. Okay, so like I would like to be, you know, more confident in the area, like have that area in the forefront of your mind as a, you know, your where you would like to, you know, where would you like to apply these 7 steps to make it really useful in terms of your time watching this. Okay, and hopefully some progress in this, or at least some kind of, you know, sparkle that will give you to move forward. So number 1 tip is push through a self-limiting beliefs. Now, I'm going to explain self-limiting belief. Many of you already know what I'm talking about and are maybe even experts in this area. But for those of you who are not sure what I mean when I say self-limiting belief, what I mean by that is we all have things that stop us in life in some kind of way. I say a little quote from my article here. When I'm looking left, that's where I'm looking, or right from your side. As a children, we think we can conquer the world. But somewhere between childhood and adulthood, our enthusiasm and natural inclinations to dream big are squared and squashed. Parents and teachers start imposing their own beliefs on us, and before we know it, we become confused about what are our dreams, what are our parents' dreams, and what is something that I call, when we adjust to society, what is expected, so-called expected from us. But I'm not encouraging my clients to pass their self-limiting beliefs with love and support I give them. They would not, without that, they would not have phenomenal results they report to me even years after finishing it. So what I work with is self-limiting beliefs that you guys have. So let's give it example. You know, for many years, you know, I had this thing that you know, what I do and my skills and who I am, you know, I will, that can be my hobby. You know, I can never earn money, you know, doing what I love, and I really had that as a reality. And for many years I was doing a lot of charity work, and I was coaching, you know, for free, and, you know, pro bono work, and while I was studying for this, and you know, that was very valid, and I still made a lot of difference to people. But I had a real self-limiting belief that I cannot make money doing what I love. Of course, now is a different case, and I'm, you know, very lucky and very pleased that, you know, I'm making really good money doing what I love, which is great, because it's sourcing my family, and I'm able to do more of what I love and make even more difference to all of you. But this was my limiting belief in the past. And, you know, funny thing about limiting beliefs is that they seem like is a reality. Today, early on, I was working with one of my clients whose limiting belief was that, or, you know, otherwise I call it also seeming, was that it seems like I never learn from my mistakes, because what is happening in her life is reoccurring things that are coming to her life, and it's like she makes a mistake and she said, oh wow, I made a mistake, but you know, couple days later she makes the same mistake, and then same mistake, and then same mistake, and it's like variety of situations, but it's always like same thing repeating over and over and over again. And she's like willing to learn and willing to change and to do something about it, but for her, limiting belief is that she believes that it will never change, that she cannot learn from her mistakes, and she will always be calling these situations and these people to her life, and it's very frustrating. So we done an exercise to release her from this kind of thing. So our number one suggestion is push through self-limiting beliefs. So whatever you think is a reality and is stopping you, limiting you in life, in terms of your confidence, don't talk to stranger, they used to say to us when we've been children, right? So push through that limiting belief. Strangers are not going to kill you. You know, they are, you know, maximum, they are not going to answer, or they are going to be too busy in their world, but they're not going to harm you, okay? So push through, do something different, with other words, okay? Go out of your comfort zone. Please send me a message, talk to me if this is making sense, or if you have any questions, or if you have any examples. We are learning one from another, because I feel like I'm talking a lot today. So I wish to have a comments from you. If you're sending me comments and they're not coming, I apologize, but I don't know if you are. So at least send me a thumbs up if anybody is there. I think there are like few people here. Today we are broadcasting from a different platform. So hopefully, let me know at least, guys, somehow, maybe in a personal message, if you are able to send me comments or little heart shaped something, because I love that kind of interaction. I'm just swiping through the screen just to be able to see whether anything is on there. So let's go to number 2. We are talking about confidence for those of you who are watching, and I can see the numbers are raising now. So hi guys, hi everyone. Number 2, never confuse memory with facts. Okay, and this is very interesting one. I like this one. So our memory does not store information exactly as it's presented to us. And I give you example, guys. Did you have a situation when you went to the cinema, you went to see exactly the same movie, and your friend or someone who saw the movie, same movie, had a completely different experience and said, oh my god, that was rubbish, that was like nonsense, I didn't get any of it, it was not interesting, I didn't laugh once. And you, on the same movie, straight afterwards, you go, my god, what are you talking about? It was brilliant, you know, it was like such a good, you know, points there, I was like laughing my head off. Did you ever have that? Same thing, same experience, same thing, same movie, but different experience of two different people. Now, it is because we are all different, we have all different history, different preferences, of course, but also our brain is processing things in a very different way. It is also possible the same movie you would see one day, you would really like it, the other day you are in a crappy mood, you would hate it, you wouldn't even be able to focus on it. So what I'm trying to say with this is that sometimes the way we interpret things is not exactly the truth, and in fact there is no truth. The truth is what we choose the truth to be. So I say it again because it's quite deep. The truth about anything, what happened to you in life, is not the truth. The truth is what you choose the truth to be. What story you make out of it. Okay? Let me know if it makes sense, because this is one of many things that made a huge difference in my life, about terrible things that happened in my life in the past. Okay? And it really is very freeing. So number 2 point is never confuse memory with facts. It is to do with the confidence. How? You know, when you made that mistake, like I was as a child, I was very shy, and when I wasn't shy, I put my hand up and I said something, and kids started laughing, right? And I was like a little bit bullied at school as well. And my teacher said to me, Lucia, ti si taka popleta. Yeah, that means that, Lucia, you're such a, scatty girl. You always, confuse things. And from that moment, guys, I started believing subconsciously that I'm someone who always mucks up things. Yeah? Was it true? No. It's just that teacher had a maybe funny day herself, and she said something funny. I made it mean that I am something. So that's why please, in terms of your confidence and how you think of yourself, don't confuse the facts with the memories of somebody telling you something about you, which might not be the truth, nowhere near. Please don't make it a fact. But it's very important for you to distinguish and to even remember these things, because it even took me quite a few years to remember this moment, because I was just thinking, why everything's falling off my hands? I was like a turkey. My husband used to call me Turkey, because I used to forget things and break things, and like stories he can tell, like we laugh about them now, and it was because I had this in my subconscious mind, and of course it was impacting my confidence levels. Okay, so this was number 2. Number 3, talk to yourself. Okay, it might seem completely crazy, but talking to yourself can make you smarter, improve your memory, and help your focus, even increase athletic performance. The professional sports people, they actually talk themselves to the peak performances. And it really is about self-talk. What I'm talking about is not like being one of these I call them like happy fool people on the street that are listening to radio and talk to themselves nonsense. I'm talking about self-talk that is serving you. Okay, guys, if we talk to ourselves like, oh, I'm such an idiot, you drop something and you say, oh, like I'm such a cow or whatever. We say worse, trust me. It literally is. Over here, I'm also teaching yoga. Over here is the solar plexus, right? And that is the center of our internal power. And every single time we talk to this way, we are like stabbing ourselves in this kind of area. And often it's very bloated, it's very puffy, sometimes it's even painful. So it really, we are harming ourselves. And what is worse is that every time we talk to ourselves in this kind of disempowering way, it's got an impact on the way we treat ourselves. It's got an impact in the way we perceive ourselves, how we are, how we allow other people treat us, the salary we get. The relationships with ourselves are the most important relationships we ever have. And that's full stop. From that relationship, everything else evolves. I was just talking to a lady, amazing lady, before this phone call, and we've been talking about, obviously it's all confidential, but we've been talking about, because I'm not going to mention the name, about her relationship with mom, and that's where it all starts. I mean, it's just so important how we treat ourselves as a woman, how this self-talk, right? And often, of course, because of our moms, we inherit the patterns of behaviors from our dear moms that, let's put hand on our heart, often is not, our moms often don't have great relationships or great self-talks to themselves. either. So we just copying what they've been doing, and of course, like, it's not serving us either. So number 3, that was a talk to yourself and choose the way you talk to yourself. Be much kinder the way you talk to yourself, not loudly, in your head, mainly. Most of the things happening in your head. Guys, by the way, all these points, I try to go through all of them. We've got 15 more minutes today, but you can also have them in a newsletter. So please send me an email if you want to, or message if you want to get an email from me as well. Let me have a sip of water so I last till the end of the day with my voice, because I'm talking all day today. So number 4, think positive to overcome your negative bias. What I mean by that is that since early days, I'm going to read this because it's so good. Since the early days, humans learn to get the lunch or to be lunch. Okay? Our natural negativity bias has kept us safe from danger for thousands of years. But not every new or different thing is a threat to our survival. This negativity bias can chisel away at our confidence because we are hardwired to pay attention to all that we done wrong. Okay, so there are two levels of this, guys. We are talking about confidence for those of you who are still joining us now. And what I want to talk about, what I want to share about this paragraph, which I just shared from my article I wrote, is that for many years, our brain is wired up in a way that to stay safe. To stay safe, to be accepted, to be loved, because if we are not, we die. You know, that's how we learn to operate in this kind of way. That's why it's so hard for many of us to make a change, to move from the house, to move from one country to another. We do it, especially if we are younger, because we are like, yay, let's do it. But when we are older, it's getting a little bit harder often. And that's why we are challenged to get out of our comfort zone. Notice that even like driving the same routine to go to work is easier than doing the diversion, you know, when the car is, when the road is closed or something, when you need to actually use your brain and find another way. It can be sometimes a challenge, thinking, wow, this is uncomfortable. And that's just the journey to work. Imagine if you need to go into uncomfortable situation to talk to your boss, or to, you know, challenge your friend about something that your friend told you and it touched you deeply. What do? You don't want a conflict. You bottle it down. You keep it in, and then it's like kind of eating you because you weren't able to express that, to say, hey, you know, what you said last time really hurts, and it still hurts. Can you please not do that to me? Because this is how it makes me feel, and I know you love me, you don't mean it that way, or something like that, you know. So being out of your comfort zone is definitely one of the keys, how to raise your confidence levels, how to boost your, you know, this all is all happening step by step, guys, baby steps. Our confidence really is growing with the baby steps, with us allowing our brain to feel like it's okay to be successful. It's okay to speak in front of 300 new people. I remember, you know, one of the biggest fears is a public speaking. Why? Because we've got all these little eyes looking at us. You know, me doing this with you guys, many of you don't know me personally, and me doing this live streaming with you, that's like crazy stuff. Because, you know, you might be judging me. I mean, we all do it. I don't blame you for it. You're a human being, that's why you're doing it. I do it. If I watch you, I would do it the same, right? Judging, not like in a bad way. Maybe some of you in a bad way, I don't know. as well. But you know, like we all do, we are all human beings, and it's normal. But what I'm saying is, like, every time I go on a camera, you might not know it, but I'm out of my comfort zone. Why? Because I know that there are some people on the other side that might not like what I'm saying, or might not like me, you know. Not even Dalai Lama. Jesus Christ, I went for a conference and there have been some protests against Dalai Lama, and I was like, who doesn't like Dalai Lama? He's a lovely old man, you know. So it really is about overcoming your negativity bias, which is rooted from many, many, many years ago, when we really had a reason to be scared, because if we didn't kill, we've been killed. So either we had a food or we've been food for someone else. And it's very important to know this, to have that knowledge, because then you are raising awareness. Then you are giving yourself a chance not to be a victim of your own fears. You know, to have that awareness is the first step, being able to do something about it. And sometimes it's a process, and that's why, you know, I'm doing my programs for women who are really like ready to do something about it. That's why, please, if you are like, oh my god, I would love to talk to Lucia, but I'm hesitating, don't do it, because sometimes you say, oh, I wanted to write to you for half year. You know, don't do it. Like, just write to me. If you have a calling, if you feel my energy, then just write to me, because there is no coincidence why you feel it, or why you have this pull to do something, okay? Or you hear something, it's like, act on it, guys. Universe is knocking. It's really, if you're watching this, it's really no coincidence that you are watching it. There is really something there for you, and I'm doing it for you. So another thing in this sentence that I read just a few minutes ago is that we are naturally hardwired to pay attention to all that we are doing wrong. What that means is that, you know, we don't wake up in the morning saying, oh my god, you know, I'm a gift to humanity. I don't wake up that way. I wish. But, you know, my inner voice is more, I mean, not anymore. I mean, it's so much better, guys. It's so much better. But in general, like, my inner voice, still naturally hardwired, is like dark streets of Istanbul, you know? It's not like pleasant, and I just need to be conscious of it and present of it, and then consciously shift it, okay? It's naturally set up that way. We are naturally focusing on, you know, don't run because you fall, or you know, focusing on our mistakes, on things that we do wrong. Did you notice, like, you probably do hundreds of things right every single day, from making a cup of tea, dropping kids to school, you know, getting dressed, little things, till solving out the big problems at work. But what do? At the end of the day, many times what we focus on is those two things that we cocked up. You know, whether it's like you didn't put the blinker on when you've been turning left and some car was beeping behind you when you've been driving, or whether you forgot to put the uniform for your kid, because today is the day where they were supposed to have a uniform or not have a uniform, you know, and we blame ourselves for that one thing. Now, what does it give to our brain is that it immediately knocks off our confidence. Immediately it goes, you're not good enough, and you've got a label. Yeah, please don't do it to your soul, or at least when you do it, be aware of it, and then go, oops, I'm doing it. Okay, stop it. Good girl, okay? No, I'm serious. Number 5, raise your curiosity levels. And I say, curiosity is very important to anyone who wants to be confident and successful. Why? Because curiosity is helping us to grow, is giving us that healthy hunger to be inspired by someone in order to become better people, to expand our knowledge, our heart, the goodness, the contribution that we are to people, to enhance our lives, our quality of life. Okay, so really be curious about the world, about other people. Be curious about, you know, what's my purpose in life? Why am I here? Is it just like 8 years and then I'm gone and ta-da, you know, I have a nice funeral, 3 weeks later few people might remember? What is it? Why are we here? You know, how can I use my time the most effectively? Ask yourself questions that are worth of your life. You know, really, like the wise man, this is not me, the very wise man who I forgot her name now, said that, you know, ask yourself the right questions, because from those questions is really determined how your life looks like, quality of your life, your everyday conversations with people. And I'm not saying let's be all serious all the time. I mean, by all means, let's be children-like, like have a fun and be crazy and silly and let's hug the trees. It's all part of it. Joy. At the same time, let's also maybe have a look how we can live much more meaningful life and how we can go about it. So raise your curiosity levels, and you know how to make it work for you. Just an examples, and ask questions and to be curious, because first of all it makes your mind active instead of passive. Okay, you're not just surviving, you know, going through the day waiting for 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock go home and then eat, sleep, next day comes. Yeah. Why asking questions? Because it encourages you to be more observant of new ideas. Yeah, so you are more observant, more receptive about new ideas, new opportunities, new people, maybe new boyfriend, you know, like that. You notice things, people, and it's much more fun living life that way. It also opens up new worlds and possibilities. It creates an adventurous response that leads you to a new direction. This is very important, you know. If you are sometimes asking yourself, is this it? Like, this is my life, this is how I'm going to live, nothing else for the rest of my life? If you're seeking for something new, new direction and new opportunity, and nothing is coming, open yourself up to curiosity. And maybe those things that you always thought that are true, maybe start in a healthy way doubting them. Or even start with a sentence, I wonder, with wonder. Yeah, I wonder how it would be if such and such happens in my life. Or I wonder whether this is possible. Rather than saying, nah, that would never happen. Number 6 is overcome your self-doubt. If you lack self-confidence, you will always feel like you are at mercy of other people. When you assume a victim mentality, you are no longer resilient to life's inevitable obstacles and roadblocks. What I mean by this point is that, guys, who are we kidding? Life just happens, okay? To me, to you, to all of us. Surprises, many of them are challenging and not so nice. Many of them are pleasant, okay? It depends on our mindset. But the truth is, sometimes shit hits the fan and we need to deal with it. Now, if we are constantly seeking validation from other people about whether we are enough, whether to deal with life, or enough in terms of the way we look, or enough in any kind of way, if we're constantly seeking out there to find those answers, we are going to be in the mercy of other people's circumstances, life itself. What I wish for you is to have the confidence that is so high and so healthy that no matter what life throws at you, you are always going to cope, and you're going to cope beyond your expectations. You are even going to surprise yourself the way you are going to cope. So, and it really is about overcoming your self-doubt, getting to know yourself, knowing that the power within you is the most important thing, is much more important than to what your parents say or what your partner says or even what your friends might have, because a lot of times people portray their own fears on you without realizing it. We adopt them often from them, these people, without realizing it's not our own fears. It's fears from someone else who portrayed on us. And in that moment, when you are clear about who you are, when you're confident to say with love and compassion, saying, I know you want the best for me, Mom. However, don't worry, I will be fine. I know that I can do this. You know, that level of confidence I wish to all of you guys. Number 7, face your fears. This is my favorite, or one of my favorites. I remember when I done a lot of crazy things, and literally I challenge my clients to jump off the cliff. And I challenge them because I know what is on the other side. I've done it many times and I'm still doing it every day. And it is fantastic, phenomenal way how to really gain that kind of level of confidence that is coming from within, not on the outside. Yes, of course, people can feel it from you because it's genuine, it's authentic. But to have that kind of confidence that people smell it, people feel it, people want some of that. You know, and the way to build it really is face your fears. It's a fantastic book. It's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And it really is about saying yes to life. It really is about doing things you would never expect yourself to do. And even if your brain is going crazy up here and going, don't do it, don't do it, you get scared, you get hurt, don't fall in love. You know, it's really is about saying, okay, brain, I hear you. We are not in a mammoth times. You're not going to be eaten by a big animal. I'm safe. I'm going for it. And I'm gonna jump no matter what you say. And that moment is a very freeing moment. And I promise you guys, the more you do it, the more easier it gets, more fun it gets, and you will grow like crazy. So I hope this gave you something. Many of you will be probably joining us after this live streaming. Guys, thank you so much for your time, for your I couldn't read your comments, so I'm curious whether anybody commented on this. I'm so sorry if I didn't react on it. I will make sure that next time I can somehow read them. I will just check now. No, I still can't see anything. But if you send me comments after the streaming, I will definitely reply to you. Thank you for your attention. Just to remind you, from now on we will be streaming on this platform, not on my personal one. The reason why we are doing this is because it was so many of us watching and joining us that technically we couldn't do it technologically, like hold it on my personal one. So we hopped onto my business page so we can really like spread the joy to more and more people, because we do believe that what we do is valuable, and many of you are writing to us that it is. So please keep on sending us messages, sharing with us your life, your story, and if there's any way we can support you, any way I can support you, please remember we are doing this for you. And yes, we will see each other again on this platform in 2 weeks time, when we will be broadcasting in English, and on my other platform, which I'm going to put in comments, we'll see each other in Slovak language next Wednesday again. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the summer, enjoy the holidays, guys, and the rest of the Wednesday too.